Okay, here we go with Jelly's latest toy, and something I think a lot of my subscribers will like, and I think if you give it a minute, you'll see why. It's a really neat device, and I know a lot of people that have them, and they love them, and it's a Traeger pellet smoker. Now, this one's portable. It's a lot different than some of the people I know that have all different kinds or brands, but this one you can take anywhere with you. You can actually run it on a power supply and a battery from your car. So, I mean, it is totally portable. And this is the Traeger Ranger. Now, they make another version like this called the Scout. I looked at it. It was $100 cheaper, but I went with this one. I paid for it out of my pocket, by the way. It was $3.99, but then I bought a few other things that got me to around 500 bucks. But here's how it looks. Real simple to operate. I've already done the burn-in. I got that out of the way because we're fixing to do a chicken. And that's exactly the kind of stuff I bought it for. It's like chicken, maybe salmon, steaks, of course. But we'll know a lot more before long. Steaks, I say, it comes with this right here, and that is a cast iron griddle that goes right there and gets 450 degrees is what this thing will get. Here's the pellets. It holds a lot of them. This one holds a lot more than the Scout. That's pretty much the reason I bought this one, because of the pellet hopper that holds more. But to get this started, we're going to do a chicken recipe off of Traeger's website called the Grilled Chicken Challenge. You're going to see all that in a minute. I'm going to get my chicken ready while this preheats and gets ready. I have to turn it on back here. And fairly simple to use, and I'll know a lot more before long, because this is literally the first cook I've done. Like I said, I did the burn-in. So what I'm going for is, I think it's 350. That's what I'm going to double check that, but I'm going to set it up right now for 350. But like air fryers and everything, you can change the temp on the fly. So right there is the temp. Now all I got to do is hit ignite, and it says right here. It said it in there. I always start the grill with the lid closed. So that's what I have. I'm going to go get the chicken ready and come back and tell you a little bit more and show you the chicken, and we're going to get it on here. See you in a minute. Okay, so as I said, you can adjust the temp on the fly because it actually calls for 375. So let's do that. Right there's my 350 I had it set for. We're going to 375. I think all I have to do is leave it sitting like that. And now we're going to check. See if, nope, it stayed at 375. It's been probably 4 minutes, and you see it's already got some smoke rolling. And it says 15-minute preheat on this recipe. Let it preheat for 15 minutes. But it's going to get longer than that because my chicken is still in the refrigerator. But about to fix that, bring it out here, ever how long that takes, and we're going to get it on here. I'll be back. Okay, so the grill did preheat in probably 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most. I've got the chicken ready. All I put on it was avocado oil, some Lawry's, and black pepper. The probe, it's a fairly long probe, so I've got it in right there, come in from this side where I think it should be, and you have to be careful pressing it. There's the time if you want to set a timer, and there's the temp of the probe. So it's 42 degrees in that chicken. And to get back to the temp, I think you got to press that. I'll learn all this before long, a little bit better. But right now, we're going to get this chicken on, because I'm really anxious to see just how well that chicken looks. There's a little indentation right here that you're supposed to set that on. Now, one thing I'm not positive about, quite honestly, is whether you should latch this down or not. And I can't find it in the manual, but I will say this. When I was doing the burn-in, it seemed to help it get the temperature a lot faster. So right there we are. It's dropped down to 356 because I just had the lid open, but we will let it run. Got to get my watch. We'll let it run about an hour or so, and we're going to check temps again, and I'll be back. Okay, so one thing I've found that I like about it is right now the display is showing the inside, or the chamber temperature of the pellet grill, and it is 372. But what I would rather know is what my chicken's at. So you press this button, and you do have to kind of press it just right. I mean, it'll also go to, it also has this, which is a timer, and you can run up and set a time that I assume will alarm. It won't, from what I read, it will not cut off the device, but you could use it as a timer. But what I want displayed is that right there, which is my probe temp and that chicken internal is up to 52 degrees. Now, we're going to be checking it, or double checking it with my Thermopin, and of course we always use that, but I always double check with it. The other thing is, the Ace Hardware I bought this at didn't have Traeger Hickory, and the only thing almost always the only thing I ever cook on is Hickory. So I didn't want to use a different flavor, so I ended up getting some Myra mixing. I got nothing against it. I mean, I've watched a lot of his shows. He knows what he's doing, but yeah, I would have rather have got Traeger just to, while I'm burning this in and testing it, but long story short, we got Myra Mixon's Hickory and a 4.5 pound chicken, by the way. So I think that's all I need to say right now, and hopefully we're gonna have a real beautiful chicken in a minute. We're gonna see. Okay, so we've made it to the 160 mark, is where they recommend that you pull it off. We're actually going to check it with a Thermopin just to make sure we're somewhere in there. But what I'm getting at, I have not opened this, not even one time. I haven't even peeked. Now, this one right here is rather warm. This one right here, this latch, I can touch. Well, let's see what we got. Oh, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. Let's get a quick temp right quick. Somewhere like right here, 160, 158. Ooh, we got pretty low right there. Right, oh, I was touching that probe. My bad, I was touching that. So if you saw the probe move, but we're still like 150. So back down with the lid. We're gonna let this go. That's why I use this. It's important, if you ask me. We'll let it go all the way to 165, and they are right. That one's pretty hot. It's not that hot, but it did scare me a little bit. So, just to be safe, and because I think it does do better with the latches down. But I'm not hurt. It just scared me. Anyhow, when that hits 165, we'll look at it again. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear it or not. I think you can. It's pouring down rain here, but we're going to take a reading right now with a Thermopin, which I've been preaching them for 2 or 3 years. You see why, but mainly just an instant read thermometer. It doesn't have to be a Thermopin. I do like my Thermopin, but anyhow, I got my glove on this time where I won't hurt my hand. What we're going to do is take a look right now, because we're at 170 by this thermometer, and right there, all the way through, all the way from right past that reading and all, we had no lower than 164. So I may have left it in just a little bit long, but it's not a crisis. I'd rather it be a little overdone than I had be a little underdone. So I'm going to scoop it up, move it right here, close this back down, and I'm going to press this button right here till it says off. Or it doesn't say off, it starts counting down. And I may be doing it wrong. I guess I am. I may have to read the instructions again. Let's see, let's take this out. We know we're good there. There's my temp. And there we go. Now it says off. Now it goes into a countdown, or it did a while ago when I did the burn in. And I think it gives you a little bit of moment, gives you about 5 minutes right there for it to cool down. So we're going to let that happen. I'm going to get this chicken in there, and we're going to get it cut up and see what it looks like. Okay, there it is under a little better light that we're going to tint for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. But you can see, well, I'll show it to you a little closer before I tint it. It looks good. That is a smoked chicken, and I got a feeling this is going to be good. All the juices are running clear. I think we are on our way to a really good chicken. Be back. Okay, so I did go ahead and remove the thermometer so that foil would lay down a little bit better. But I wanted to show you what I paid for everything. So you know, and I did pay for it myself. Nobody gave me any of it. Now, the only thing you're going to see on here that's not to do with the grill is this. And it is a ThermoWorks or a Thermopin holster for a Thermopin, but you know, I'm not suggesting you buy a Thermopin. Just some type of instant read thermometer I think everyone needs. But my point is, that was $17.39, and there it is. Well, here's everything to do with the grill, which came to $494 that I paid for. And then the only other thing that's not on there is the barbecue pellets. I had to buy them, the pellets, I had to buy them a different part in the store, and they were $21.99. So total was $518 minus the $17 I gave for that. So $500 pretty much. But I mean, it's pretty neat. I've got this go bag, and that way I can put that grill in this bag and put it in the back of my car and not worry about, ashes or whatever. It's something, and it makes it a little easier to carry. I did buy these right here, although I didn't use them tonight, but it's a liner for that tray thing. And then I bought these, and that goes in the drip cup in the back. So we are about to slice this up because it's been about 5 minutes, but let me get my act together and get over on that plate, and we're going to cut it up. Be back. Okay, the time has come to cut this chicken up, and again, you can't argue with how good it looks. It looks excellent. And I'm assuring you it will have a very good hickory flavor. And you see the juices are clear and all that. And all we're going to do is kind of mess up one half of it because it's kind of, we're going to eat some of it tomorrow. But I'm trying to get where I can cut in an angle and use the right hand, and I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. And right here it is. And here we go with a leg and a thigh. Well, the leg kind of came off, but you can see it looks excellent. I have a feeling it will be. Maybe I cut a little shy on that. That's why it did that. But we're about to also cut into some of that breast to show you what it looks like. But that right there, nothing wrong with. Anybody I know would eat it. I had those wingtips folded under, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did. I folded them under to keep them from burning. But here we go. We'll cut that. That. Again, I would hate for you not to be able to be out of frame. And that. This is, it looks to me like as good a chicken as you're going to get, especially smoked chicken. It was simple as you get. I'll put it like that. It's a lot easier than my green egg. I got to say it. It really is. And I am looking forward to doing mini cooks on it. And hopefully it will be as impressive as it looks. But you can see that's really close to the breastbone right there. It's really hot. I'm not going to lie. But excellent flavor, no doubt. I have kind of quit eating on camera, but it's kind of hard to explain it without it. And that hickory flavor is absolutely excellent. Nothing wrong with it. And I do kind of like dark meat myself. And I mean, that breast, there's nothing wrong with that breast. You see how juicy it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But just for the record, superb. That's all I know to say. Restaurant quality for sure. Not sure you can get that at many restaurants. So anyhow, hey, I love y'all all. Hope you liked the Traeger review I did. And you may see more, according to how everybody responds to it. But it is something I think a lot of my subscribers would like. But I'm holding this up because I want you to hit me with a thumbs up if you don't mind. I love y'all all. As I say all the time, I really do. Y'all come back to see me. And have a good night.